ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, why using Google Chrome might not be as safe as you think. But first, North Korea has fired 3 ballistic missiles just hours after US President Joe Biden left Asia. Japan's defense minister said the first missile flew about 300 kilometers with a maximum altitude of around 550 kilometers, while the second, reaching as high as 50 kilometers, traveled around 750 kilometers. North Korea has been test firing a number of ballistic missiles since the beginning of this year. Japan confirmed at least 2 launches happened early on Wednesday, but acknowledged there may have been more. Experts are advising parents not to worry as monkeypox cases are rare in children. They say it's more likely any rash a child develops will be because of chickenpox or hand, foot and mouth disease. It came as the UK Health Secretary Agency said on Tuesday that 71 confirmed cases of monkeypox had been reported in the UK. The most likely route of transmission is close physical contact, touching clothing, bedding or towels used by someone with the monkeypox rash, or touching monkeypox skin blisters or scabs. We've been speaking to the designer of Meta's garden, which has won gold for the second year in a row at the Chelsea Flower Show.
So the inspiration for the garden from a meta perspective was to do with communities and the power of communication and the power of collaboration. And the way that we've chosen to do that in the garden is by illustrating different plant communities within the garden and demonstrate and bring to life how these communities, these different habitats of woodland, meadows, woodland edge and streamside planting are all connected to each other.
That's Joe Perkins, designer and landscape architect. He's been telling us about what makes the Meta Garden Growing the Future so special.
The goal of the garden really, I think, is to make people think about our place in nature within these interconnected communities that exist in nature and where our role is within nature and how we might better look after nature as we are an integral part of it. And one element of that, of course, is sustainability, which underpins the garden.
The garden is an immersive experience featuring a unique interactive installation that will bring to life the complex communication webs in nature beneath our feet. Research from which claims Google Chrome is only blocking a quarter of phishing websites. The consumer group said a study searching the web addresses of 800 newly discovered phishing sites in a web browser saw Google's Chrome block only 28% when used on Windows and 25% on an Apple Mac computer. They said they performed the same test across a number of other browsers, with Mozilla's Firefox browser performing the best by blocking access to 85% of sites when used on Windows and 78% on Mac, the best result on both platforms. A Google spokesperson said in response that it was difficult to comment because they had very little context on the methodology of this report, but questioned the validity of the findings. There's speculation that we could get a glimpse of Apple's augmented reality headset soon, as the tech giant confirmed the date and time of its next major event, the WWDC keynote. It will run for a week and will be held predominantly online, starting from 6 p.m. UK time on the 6th of June. The company hasn't given much else away about what will be happening apart from the tagline, swiftly approaching, a joke about Apple's programming language Swift. It also said that there will be announcements about the latest software and technologies. The NASA InSight lander has taken its last selfie on Mars before signing off from the Red Planet forever. NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab has tweeted a comparison of the first image InSight took of itself back in December 2018 and what appears to be the last, taken on the 24th of April this year. The robotic arm used to take the images will soon be placed into its resting position for the final time, a configuration known coincidentally as retirement pose. The US Space Agency is planning on retiring the lander later this summer because sadly it's slowly suffocating. But it did achieve its main mission goals within its first 2 years on Mars, and everything else since then has just been a bonus. Let's go to the ads. Stay there for more news from the world of tech and science, plus an underwater robot. Whilst you're here, why not give us a rate and follow? Welcome back. An underwater drone has been used to carry out the first ever autonomous robotic inspection of wind farm foundations.
Our system can be deployed at sea, and it'll use its sensors to autonomously inspect a structure, like a wind turbine foundation. The data that we collect is then used to create an accurate 3D model of the turbine foundations. The 3D model that we collect can be viewed by the people onshore and used to monitor the state of the foundation.
That's Joshua Rowe from the Orca Hub, who's partnered with EDF to create the uniquely customised remotely operated vehicle, which could ultimately be life-saving.
One of the key benefits of deploying autonomous robots is that they reduce the associated risks of putting humans into these challenging and hazardous environments when inspecting offshore energy infrastructure.
The drone was also used to create a 3D reconstruction model of parts of the underwater assets, which will be used to monitor biofouling, the accumulation of microorganisms, plants and algae on the turbine foundations. And finally, there's a new dinosaur in town, and it looks like this one is vegan. Scientists have found new fossils of a plant-eating dinosaur in Japan. The species named, now bear with me, Paralitherozinosaurus japonicus, lived on Earth during the Upper Cretaceous epoch around 72 million years ago, belonging to a family of small to large herbivorous theropod dinosaurs dubbed Therizinosauridae. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard here in London. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.